I'm not trying to bash bodybuilding training because I do love me some good bodybuilding training. But if it's all you do, I don't believe it's most optimal for men. I really think you need to incorporate some sort of combat training into the mix. So we're gonna go over reasons why the fighter's body is better. First point is that a fighter can beat a bodybuilder's butt. No questions asked. Even if that bodybuilder has a larger physique than the fighter. The fighter just has years of knowledge in grappling and striking. He knows certain positions, leverage points, how to put your opponent off balance. Size has nothing to do with the outcome. The fighter will 10 times out of 10 always beat the bodybuilder. Next point as to why a fighter's body is better. Martial arts training develops functional strength that is applicable in real-world scenarios, correct? Such as self-defense, performing everyday tasks more efficiently, and it also just engages multiple muscle groups, and you can do this no matter how old you are. I think an old martial arts trainer is going to be more functionally fit versus some random old guy who doesn't do any kind of training. Even a bodybuilder who just sit down, do your bicep curl, and don't really get much functional movement. You're really just targeting one muscle and trying to grow it, which is nothing wrong with it, but it's just not optimal for a human being who's trying to move and trying to be super athletic. You know what I mean? Bodybuilding training alone isn't going to make you athletic. It's just going to make you big and strong. And by default, you will get a more aesthetic body if you do martial arts training because it combines aerobic and anaerobic training. So you're going to build muscle with some sort of resistance training that they're making you do, but you're also doing a lot of cardiovascular demanding work. The second reason why it's better is flexibility and mobility. Hands-on, you're going to do much more explosive movements, much more different angles, stretches versus bodybuilding training. You're just sitting on a bench, squatting. Don't get me wrong, these are all amazing movements and they will benefit you to be a functionally fit man as an old man versus a guy who doesn't do any kind of training at all. But with martial arts, it just trains you to become more nimble, fast on your feet, etc. If you are a Christian conservative man into self-improvement and you're trying to become more masculine in this modern age and you're kind of pissed off because of all the feminism and all the liberalism and stuff, and you want a community where you have like-minded men that are Christian and they're on self-improvement and trying to become more masculine, better versions of themselves, well, take this as a sign. This video showed up for you as a reason. So subscribe and join the Joey Gonzalez community. The next point is the cardiovascular health. Martial arts training typically involves a significant amount of cardiovascular training, correct? This obviously improves heart health and stamina. Versus bodybuilding, cardio is included, but it's more separate, just running on a treadmill after you do your weight training. But the benefit with martial arts training is that it kind of combines the two. Granted, you're not going to get as big of a physique because you're not really just isolating a muscle group like bodybuilders do, focusing on a set of bench press, a set of abs, bicep curls. No, judo or martial arts, it's kind of everything. Like for example, burpees. You're doing resistance training by doing push-ups, jump squats, but it's also a hell of a cardiovascular exercise. And uchikomis, which are judo throw entries, are also pretty explosive and they do a lot of core work on the obliques, but it's also a very cardiovascular demanding move. So on and so forth. The mental discipline and stress relief. Martial arts. Not only does it train the body, but also the mind, emphasizing discipline, focus, and patience. The practice of martial arts can also be a powerful stress reliever. Bodybuilding as well. Bodybuilding can offer mental health benefits such as stress relief, and the mental discipline aspect is generally more focused on motivation and perseverance towards the aesthetic goals. So the goals are different. With martial arts, you're trying to improve as an athlete, as a fighter, as a bodybuilder, you're trying to improve as an aesthetic athlete, to look the best, right? To have the most shredded muscles, the biggest muscles, if you're a competitive athlete. So practical self-defense skills. So a bodybuilder can fight. They can defend themselves, but here, let's break it down. Martial arts training provides practical skills, obviously, for self-defense, depending on what you're doing, boxing, Muay Thai, judo, which can increase confidence and the ability to protect oneself in dangerous situations. So imagine, as a fighter, you're gonna have an above average physique anyway. So imagine if you are intimidating looking, but also you know how to fight. You're gonna be a weapon in society. Versus the bodybuilder only has really the intimidating aesthetic appeal. So people, when they look at the big ass bodybuilder, they're not gonna wanna mess with them because they're big. But when people look at the bodybuilder, they're not gonna wanna mess with them because he's big and muscular, and people fear somebody who looks capable of violence, such as a physically superior man. But when push comes to shove, he's probably not going to be as nimble and as coordinated, as athletic and good with his fighting skills as a trained fighter. body awareness and control. Martial arts training, you're developing a high level of body awareness and control. Balance, nimbleness, stability, teaching practitioners how to efficiently use their bodies in various situations. With bodybuilding, it focuses on muscle control to maximize growth and symmetry, but this is more about appearance, aesthetic, more than functionality in dynamic situations. So let me ask you a question. Would you rather have a body that looks aesthetic and looks strong, capable of violence, but it's not as huge, but you can perform functional movements, you're flexible, you're nimble, you're quick, you have high stamina, endurance, your cardio's good, and you're a beast. You're confident mentally, kind of like Bruce Lee and his physique? Or would you rather have a bit more muscle mass, have the broad shoulders, wide lats, nice and lean, veins everywhere, and intimidating, no one's gonna mess with you, but your fighting skills aren't really there? Comment below, which physique and status would you prefer? There's no right or wrong answer, because any of the two I respect personally, because I love me some bodybuilding training, but I also love to be prepared when it comes to self-defense. So comment below, let's hear it. If one of you are struggling to get this physique, whether it's a bodybuilding physique or in general, you want to be lean and strong and functional, but your diet sucks, your discipline sucks, and quite frankly, you don't really know what to do with your training routine, you don't have the best exercises, well, you're in luck, because I put a link in the description and in the pinned comments below. You can click it, head to the Google Forms, apply, submit it, and I'll take a look at it to assess if we are a good fit to work together, and perhaps I can help you reach your goals. In the meantime, I will see you in this video, which is my judo fitness routine. I'll see you there.